Well, good morning, everybody. If it's Wednesday, you know it's time for your gym nugget. Oh, I just finished taking my walk. Nice morning this morning. They say we're going to get into the 90s again today, but I think we're in for a little cooler weather after today. But we thank God for it. I tell you, it's a beautiful morning. I know y'all can hear the birds singing in the trees this morning. But you know what? Your gym nugget. Not too long ago, I shared a message that God sees me. And the word for God that means that He sees us or sees me is Elroy. That's my husband's middle name. That's how he pronounces it. But I got another nugget this morning. Not only does He see us, oh my God, He hears us. He hears us. Oh, I got a praise report this morning. Um, David said in Psalm 120 and 1, I cried unto the Lord in my distress, and He heard me, and He answers me. Some translations say He heard me, and some translations say that He answers me. Well, the only way that He can answer you, He first has to hear you. And I have a praise report, and I told my friend that I would share it, and she gave me permission to share it because we were just really kind of praising Him on the track this morning. My friend that I walk with often, she's also an educator, and last Tuesday, she stopped by my house because she doesn't live too far from here, and she was in a hurry. First time she had come to my house, and she came that afternoon, and she said, my son has an emergency. He lives in another city about an hour and a half from here, and said, I'm on my way. And, I could tell that she was distressed and she had to get to her son. We had no idea what had happened. She only said that he had an injury, and of course we didn't know. I didn't know what that meant, but she got my number and she headed on to where she needed to go. And so, of course, we were out of town, and then I got back yesterday, and I was asking people on the track had they seen my friend, and everybody was asking where she was. But praise the Lord, this morning she was out this morning. And what had happened, her son, who was 25 years old, he was working from home in his apartment. He got up, was going to get up and move around, and all of a sudden he got weak in one of his legs, and he just continued to get weaker, and he fell to the floor, and he couldn't move. He tried to get to his phone. He was far from his phone. He couldn't get to his phone. And, yesterday I was telling you how technology has been such a gift, even as we were using the GPS as we were traveling. But guess what he had to do? He called Alexa. He told Alexa to call 911. Alexa got 911. The people got to his apartment. He couldn't get to the door to unlock the door, and they had to knock the door down. And come to find out, he had a brain bleed at 25 years old. And they had to take him. He was in ICU. He's recovering. He starts rehab today. His mother was here today, and she's going to head on back. And they starting him with 14 days of rehab. But we were just thanking God for Alexa in a way, because if he couldn't get to anyone, he probably would have laid there for a while before somebody could get to him. And we thank God, but better than Alexa, God hears our cry. and he answers. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, even when you can't verbally, he hears what I call our silent screams. But God heard her son, and God heard him even through Alexa. But God is better than Alexa. God is better than Alexa. And I'm so glad that he hears our cries. He hears our 911 call. So I just want to let you know, when you think that there's no one to hear you and no one sees you, God sees you. God hears you. And not only will he hear you, he will answer you even in your distress. I tell you that we just thank God for the fact that he hears. And we're still praying for my friend and her son. She's an educator as well, and she'll be headed back to school. And I guess things happen as they did. And as he after he finishes his rehab, they're going to bring him home here so he can continue his treatment. But we thank God that it wasn't worse. He's still with us, and we're just praising God for that. We can't take anything for granted these days. We can't take anything for granted. And because he's young and he has no other health problems, they expect that he will be back on his feet and recovering. They still have to find where this bleed is, but he's going to recover. And we just give God the praise. We give God the praise for that. So just keep praying. Just keep praying. Because, sometimes the unexpected happens. But we thank God that he hears us. So again, that's the Gem Nugget. I want you to understand that God always hears us. You be blessed.